everyone, great to be back this morning with some more Tai Chi at 10, doing the usual format. So if you have missed any of them, I will put a playlist link up here or in the description below to the whole playlist of all these Tai Chi at 10 sessions. You can dip in and out, they don't have to be done in a particular order. If you feel like you like the flows or you prefer practicing your walking, you want to do it seated, then there are different options for you throughout the whole playlist. So we're trying to mix it up and keep it interesting for everyone. We're doing this every morning at 10 o'clock. So without further ado, I shall start off with our warm-up. Relax stance here, and we shall turn our head to the side. And back to centre, and the other way. Back to centre. Chin to your chest. And with care to the ceiling. Looking forward, let's do our ear to our shoulder. So listening to your body, keeping everything within your own comfort zone. Let's take it to the other side. Shoulder rolls. Breathe in deeply and calmly all the way through the session. Trying to get a relaxation and feeling the flow. Nice gentle movement to start our day or finish our day if you want to do it later on. Bending our knees, let's knock on the door. So these simple exercises are designed just to move each different part of our body and get them ready for a bit of movement. So we're loosening off, we're warming up, we're using the joints, the muscles, and just getting the blood pumping, all part of our warming up. And bringing it back to centre. Keeping the hands on our hips here, and let's do our hip circles. And let's change direction. And then nice big inhale, reach into the ceiling. Big breath in, expanding the lungs and chest, and breathing out, and again. Gathering up all that energy, feeling relaxed, refreshed, and ready for our Tai Chi. Okay, so starting with our feet hip width apart, let's just take a moment to think about our posture. So as always, we ground our feet into the floor. And what I mean by that is sinking your weight into the floor. So we're tucking our tailbone under or down. It's like we're sinking down into the floor, spreading our roots and foundation. At the same time, you want to lift from the crown. So I've got my ponytail in a good place today. It's like I'm being suspended from the ceiling here. So I really want to have this two-way stretch, this opening of the joints and nice relaxation within the joints too. So I'm not locking any joints out, keeping everything soft. Okay, we're just going to hold our chi ball and we'll do our open and close the chi ball, inhaling as we open and exhaling as we close. So just keeping a nice stance here, thinking about your posture, trying to get that as natural as possible. Inhaling here, pulling the hands apart and pushing together like there's some resistance. And sometimes I say like a rusty accordion we're trying to play, it needs to really be pushed back together so you can add that resistance to this movement. Let's do that again. So inhaling here and exhaling And again, nice inhale. And exhale. Feeling peace and quiet within our practice. Let's do one more. And let's make it a little bit bigger. So we're going to open out and bring our hands back to hugging the tree. And I just want to add a little knee bend here. So open out, not too wide. I can still see my fingers. And exhale. So just warming up those legs. And exhale. And one more time. And exhale. Okay, taking our feet slightly wider so we can sink into that horse stance. Keeping the posture tall, keeping the weight dead central. So we want to have distributed our weight evenly between these two legs. So I'm not favouring any leg. I'm going to sink my weight right down the centre here, keeping the posture tall. So this torso is sitting proud on our horse. Okay, so sinking down and lifting up and going again, sinking down and lifting up. And again, taking it down and bringing it back up. Inhaling here and exhaling on the effort of the bend. I'm going to add our opening the chest, opening the heart. So nice opening, expanding this chest area. Like I say, getting air into those lungs. And then we're pushing back in and sinking down as we push into our horse stance. Let's go again. So it's a bigger movement. We're slowing it down and keeping tall, even though we're pushing into the floor. And again. Opening out. And bringing it down. And one more time. Opening it out. And bringing it in. And sinking down. While we're here, let's just side bow. And bringing it up. So making sure the knees travel in the direction of the toes. Just one knee bent, the other knee straight. And again. You can stick with that movement, or we're going to slide across that bench to our horse stance. And lifting up in the centre. A little bit more challenging for the legs. So if this doesn't suit you, just stick with the other, or just grab a quick drink of water and then join me for our bow stance. Final time. Bow stance next. Feet together. We're turning our foot out just to the corner of my own square, sinking the weight and bringing the heel toe forwards, about hip width apart into that bow stance. Checking out your posture, checking out that knee position, keeping it over the ankle. It's not coming too far forwards, and we're rocking our weight backwards and forwards. With intention, very deliberate transfer of the weight. We're going to add some arms, so we're going to push forwards. We're rocking back. Visualising our hands pushing through water. This is called undulating waves or playing in waves. So we're really adding that resistance to this movement. Inhale here and exhale on the push. And again. Following the hands and focusing on those palms, the lao gong points. Really getting some energy into this movement. And stepping in. Let's repeat that all on the other side. So turning our foot out, heel toe, and we are into our bow stance. Good posture, good knee position. And and we are rocking backwards and forth. Always trying to keep these movements slow and steady. We're adding those arms, trying to get the arms and the legs coordinated. Pushing through. From the dantian here, power that move. And again. And trying to make it continuous, gentle, really feeling your own flow today. And bringing it in. Okay, so we are going to alternate into our bow stance, and then we are going to add an arm called ward off. So let me just go through the arms first. We're holding our ball, and it starts exactly like stroking the horse's mane. So we stroke the horse with the top hand down to the tabletop. Instead of coming to hold the mirror, this other hand comes to something called ward off. It's like a block, a protection move for our body here. It's like a barrier, quite strong, and it has a gap between our chest, our body area, and our arm here. So stroking the horse, we're coming to ward off here, keeping those shoulders relaxed. Let's go the other way. So holding the ball, we stroke the horse with that top hand, the other hand comes to ward off. Let's try that again. So stroke the horse, we come to ward off, and holding the ball, stroking the horse, and coming to ward off, and holding the ball. Okay, so we're going to add those to our alternating bow stance. Let's just start with the feet for this. So parallel stance, slightly turned out. I'm going to sink the weight. We're doing our heel toe forwards, keeping it quite wide into our bow stance. We're going to rock back and step to the side, keeping that foot slightly turned out, sinking down. Heel toe and forwards. We're rocking back, stepping to the side, and again, sinking down. Heel toe forwards and rocking back and stepping to the side. And again, transfer the weight so we can release that foot. So always knowing where your body weight is, it makes the movement very mindful. And again, heel toe, take it forwards, rocking back and stepping to the side. Okay, so let's add the arms. Holding the ball here. If we've got this hand on top, we're going to sink to the same side. So sink the weight to this side, heel toe forwards, we stroke the horse and we come to ward off. So it's actually same arm as leg forwards here. So the barrier is across this front leg. We're going to rock back, and then this hand, the barrier hand, is going to come to the top of the ball. We sink the weight over to the other side, heel toe, and we go to ward off. We're rocking back and stepping to the side. Stroke the horse, come to ward off in our bow stance, rocking back and stepping to the side. And again, heel toe, ward off. We rock back, step to the side. Let's do that again. So you can turn the waist as well. If you've been following these, you'll know about that body direction. So as we sink the waist, we turn, and then that twist of the waist also powers this arm coming through to our bow stance. Excellent. We're going to add a different direction this time to our bow stance, still using those ward off arms. We're going to turn our bow stance so that we're doing it to the side. Okay, so let me explain how the footwork works. We're going to hold the ball and we're just going to come to this position here. We're heel toe and we're taking that foot round the corner, so the heel has to aim quite wide so that we can get all our hips all turned as far around the corner as possible. Toe down, and as we transfer the weight in our bow stance, we need to adjust this back foot. So we're going to lift the heel, we're pushing that back, or if that doesn't suit you, just lift up the foot and place it into your bow stance. So we've got a good bow stance now, but we're facing the side of the room. So I've got my front foot facing directly to that side. My other foot is to the corner of my own square. If this was now my front, over to the side. I've got about 70% of my weight forwards and about 30% still back, so that back heel is still on the floor. Shall we try that again on this first side? So I'm doing a heel toe and going into my bow stance, lifting that heel and adjusting that back foot so I can get these hips all the way around, so my body, this midline, is facing the side. Let's try that on the other side. So just starting in a little T stance with this front foot facing forwards, we're doing a heel toe quite wide as your hips will allow. Toe down, we're transferring the weight, adjusting that back heel and into our bow stance but facing the side. Should we try that again? So heel toe, transfer, adjust that back foot and into our bow stance. Hips, midline, facing the side. Shall we give that a go without the arms first? So let's just put our hands on our hips. So it's a heel toe, transfer, adjust that back foot into your bow stance. We're going to turn round by rocking back. We turn this foot to the front and then we're tapping in here. Then we can go the other way. So heel toe into your bow stance. Adjust that back foot. We're rocking back. We turn and we stand up and tap in. Let's go again. Heel toe into your bow stance and then we rock back, we turn and we tap in. The final one, heel toe into our bow stance. We're rocking back, we're turning, stand and tap in. So you might notice that if you are doing that correctly, you should actually travel backwards slightly. So I have just had to just adjust my back foot so that I don't go into the wall here. So just make sure you've got enough space to do that. Okay, we're going to do the same footwork but add our ward off hands. So starting with the weight on this foot, same arm as leg on top of the ball. Heel toe, we stroke the horse and we're coming into our bow stance here. We're going to rock back. We turn, this barrier hand comes to the top of the ball, ready to go the other way. Heel toe, we ward off, we rock back, and this barrier, top of the ball. Let's go again, heel toe, to our ward off. Holding the ball, and again, heel toe, ward off. Holding the ball. Final little progression of that move is we're going to add the final part of grasping the sparrow's tail arms. So once we come into our bow stance, we're going to lift up to the back corner, just with the hands. The top hand is facing down, the other hand is facing up. We're going to pull back the weight into the back leg. The hands come round. This almost comes back to our ward off. The other hand's pointing towards the front. I'm going to bend that in so that this hand slots inside. I'm going to push it forwards with a transfer of the weight into my bow stance. I'm going to open those hands out over a big beach ball. I'm going to rock back and then I'm going to push forwards. So it's quite a long move, but bear with me or just pause and rewind and go back over this bit. And let's just try and get the flow of the bare bones. So from ward off, we're going to reach high. We're pulling back with a transfer of the weight. We're going to bring that hand all the way around, and the palm faces forward, it slots inside, pushing forwards. We open out, we rock back, and then we push forwards. Let's try that on the other side. So from our ward off, we'd be here in our bow stance facing the side. So we're reaching high to that corner, we're going to pull back, so the weight's transferred. Ward off here again, so this hand just scoops round to ward off, other hand comes out to the front, then this hand's going to just bend at the elbow and it slots inside here. It's facing forwards, we're pushing forwards into our bow stance, we're opening out over a big beach ball, we rock back and we push forwards. Okay, shall we give it a go from the top? Feet and arms together. So standing on our foot, we've got the same arm as leg on the top. So it's a heel toe, stroke the horse, we come to ward off in our bow stance. We're reaching high, we're going to pull back. Hand circles all the way round, slots inside, push forwards, we open out, we rock back and we push forwards. We're going to do our rock back and turn. This time we're just going to scoop this hand round, same arm as leg here on top of the ball. Let's go again. Other way, heel toe, we come to ward off. We're reaching high, we're going to pull back. Hands ward off, other hand all the way round. Slot it inside, opening out. Over the big beach ball, rocking back and pushing forwards. We rock back, turn, scooping this hand round and standing on that foot, ready, holding the ball, heel toe, stroke the horse. We go to ward off. We're reaching high, we're pulling back, all the way round. Slot it inside, push it forwards, so transferring the weight so that we can power these pushes forwards. We're going to rock back, turn, scooping this hand around, holding the ball. Final time, heel toe, we go to ward off. We're going to reach high, we're pulling back, all the way around. Push it forwards, we open out, we're going to rock back and we push forwards. Lots to that movement. It's quite a long arm movement, but once you get it, it's a really great one to do in our flow. Really get a nice movement of the arms and really get into those, adding that resistance in the pushes. It's one of my favourites, I think. Okay, let's just do a little bit of balance work. So starting with our feet together, we're just turning that foot out and sinking the weight here, keeping these hips aligned. We're just going to tap in and tap out. So tapping out to empty stance. If you can, keeping all the weight in this supporting leg, other leg, the moving leg is empty of weight if you can. And tapping in. Let's go the other way, sinking down and tap. Good position to start with, we're tapping in and out. And again, bringing it in, taking it out. One more time. Stepping to the side, let's go onto our heel. Alternating like we would with our play in the loops. Sliding across and heel forwards. And we slide across and heel forwards. Slide across and heel forwards, and final one, slide across, heel forwards. Excellent. Just give your arms and legs a little bit of a shake. Let's finish off today with some, just do our gathering the chi and really inhale, exhale as we finish off. So inhale in here and exhaling down. And again, nice inhale and exhale down. Inhale and exhale. Let's take the hands out and just look over the shoulder and then bring them back and press down. Let's go again. Other side, looking to just across your shoulder as far as you can and then bringing it back. So you should feel a nice stretch. Again, just within your own comfort zone, opening it out, bringing it back and down. Final one. And then we'll balance the chi. So let's just keep the legs straight this time. Focus on the breathing. Nice inhale. And exhale. And again. And exhale. And final time. Nice inhale. And exhale. And then all the way around, hugging the tree and coming to rest. I really enjoyed sharing that one with you. I know grasping the sparrow's tail is quite a tricky movement with the arms, but if you just start to just get the bare bones, you can always refine those details later on. Nothing like getting a Tai Chi class with an instructor for some of those trickier movements or when you're putting together a form. So at some point, do look up your local instructor and have a go at a real live class. Obviously, most of them are online at the moment. It's the way of the world, but hopefully we'll be back in person because I am missing my class members that come to me regularly. So hope to see you soon, guys. Take care and see you tomorrow. More Tai Chi at 10.